Now, the King and Queen of Sweden have visited the city where 10 people were killed at an adult education college. That shooting yesterday, local Swedish media have named the gunman as 35-year-old Rickard Andersson. Police have not established a motive for yesterday's attack. Well, let's go to my colleague Kasia Madeira, who is there for us. And Kasia, the city, the country, still stunned at the events of yesterday.
Absolutely shocked. And as we've been here all day, we just keep seeing people coming to pay their condolences, to pay their respects, to light candles, lay flowers. Just behind me, a little memorial has been erected, and we are standing just in front of that school complex where there are a number of educational facilities, including that adult education centre where that killing took place just yesterday lunchtime. But now, as you say, Matthew, the national broadcaster SVT is quoting police sources and naming 35-year-old Rickard Andersson as the man responsible for the mass murder that has shocked the whole of Sweden. What we know is that he is being described by SVT as being a loner, a person who lived in a one-bedroom flat in the centre of this small town. He'd actually apparently enrolled in some maths courses himself in the adult educational facility behind me. The last time was in 2021, but he never completed the course. This is a country that is in shock, not least because the motive of this killing is still unclear, and many people have been coming today to pay their condolences. We spoke to the King and Queen a little bit earlier of Sweden, the King telling me that the country is mourning, but children have to believe that they have to go back to school because it's so important for them. But like I say, a country in mourning. We also caught up with the former Prime Minister of Sweden, and she paid her condolences too.
I mean, this is a nightmare for our country. And I think lots of people here, they're saying they didn't think anything like this could happen in Sweden.
How could it?
Well, now we have to see what the police investigation, how it will proceed. But two things are clear. Number one is that there are too many weapons in our society. And then we also know there are lots of things coming up on social media and on internet that is promoting violence.
And you've been speaking to some of the people that worked here, some of those who were even here yesterday. What were they telling you?
Of course, they were in shock. This was very traumatic. They are afraid, they were crying. I also spoke to many young adults in the city earlier that have been to other schools. They were also talking about the fact that they were spending a lot of time taking care of each other at this point in time, and a lot of warm feelings also in this tragic moment.
The current Prime Minister, your former role, has said that this is Sweden's worst atrocity, worst killing in its history. You agree?
Yes. A school killing like this has never happened before.
And you really see and sense that state of shock that this nation has now that the police sources are being quoted by the public broadcaster here in Sweden, SVT, have named the culprit, the suspect, as 35-year-old Rickard Andersson. There will be so many questions as to why this man went on to perform this killing. A killing, as we heard, has been described by Sweden's current Prime Minister as the worst atrocity that this country has ever experienced when it comes to mass shootings. People continue to gather here. We're just yards away from that educational complex and continue to lay those flowers and light the candles as they come to terms with what happened. This is a nation that is grieving. This is a nation that is in shock. And the motive why this happened is critical in establishing some form of coming to terms with a mass tragedy. Matthew.
Kasia, thanks very much for taking us through all of that.